Sur le Radar, special December, episode 1, Shazam! Hello, everybody, and welcome to our very first English episode of the Sur le Radar podcast. I am Maxim, one of the co hosts of the show. My sister Karen is here also tonight. We might rebrand the podcast for the English version. I mean, maybe not a literal translation, because there are probably more than one podcast already out there called Under the Radar. But maybe we'll go for something a little bit cheesy with maybe a bad pun put in there, like maybe Under the Real Dar or something like that. Because movie reels, real dar. Anyways, sorry about that. Um, Today we will review our first movie for our series of December special. And since we both don't very much like Christmas movies, we decided to go with a winter or snow theme for this month. So Karen chose first, and she chose Shazam, which take place during the holidays. So Karen, how is your week going so far?
Hey, it's going pretty well, and yours?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, work as usual, listening to movies and trying to enjoy the time we have inside because we can't really go outside, right?
Yeah. And speaking of Crave, I think it's kind of like HBO Max, but like really cheaper version. It kind of has like the same stuff, but way less and way less interesting.
Yeah, well, there's still like a lot of the great things about
Yeah.
HBO and Crave, but yeah, there's a lot less content. So probably if it's on Crave, it's probably on HBO, like you said, in the US. But in the US, there's more services like Hulu and stuff like that. I don't think that Hulu is
Yeah.
in Canada yet. Last
No,
time I
no,
checked, there weren't. So unless you have a VPN, you have access to Hulu. But then again, in Canada, I don't think we have that.
I checked the other day because we wanted to watch King of the Hill, and they're on Hulu.
Oh, oh yeah, I
But
love King of the Hill.
yeah, I know you do. But yeah, they're not on it, so they're only on Hulu, and we can't have
Maybe
it.
even with a VPN in Canada, Hulu is gonna spot the VPN and just stop you from going in. You need to have like a better, more expensive VPN to go on. Because I have private internet access and it doesn't really work well with that.
No. Okay.
But yeah,
We'll stick
enough
with
of
what
that.
we have. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Shazam. It wasn't
Yeah.
my first time seeing it. I don't think it was yours either.
No.
So what you think about the movie and how many times have you seen it so far?
I've seen it a few times, around maybe 3 or 4 times,
Yeah,
and
maybe me too. Yeah, I think 3 times. Good.
yeah, it's really a guilty pleasure for me. I mean, it's not like a amazing cinema experience, but it's a very fun and enduring movie, and I think it's perfect for the holidays because it has like this really energetic and everything energy. It's just fun. You feel great after watching it.
Yeah, I really like the movie. I really like the tone of the movie too. But for the listeners who switch to French, from French to English with us, they know we have a soft spot for David F. Sandberg, the
Yeah.
director of the movie. We are a big fan of everything he does and his YouTube channel, Pony Smasher, in on which he puts a lot of great short movies, mostly horror. I don't think he did anything else than horror shorts on there.
No.
But yeah, he's
And
a really good guy. Great personality too. We heard it on some podcasts and interviews, and he's always so down to earth and everything. He's just a great guy, and maybe we're a little bit biased toward him, but I don't think so because this is legitimately a fun and entertaining movie from beginning to end.
yeah, no, I think he has proven that he's actually a great director,
Yeah,
and switching from horror to this kind of movie, I think he really did well. And you can see with the monsters and like the seven sins and everything, you can see his influence from horror movie. But I think it just balanced the movie well because it's really like candy and funny, but then you go into like a more horror vibe, and I think it balances well both of like these tones.
yeah, it would have been weird without another director directing this because the theme of the villain is so dark with the seven deadly sins and all that that I think maybe another director would have gone more lighthearted because it more aimed toward teenagers and kids. But David S. Sandberg, like he stuck to his gun and he made some pretty interesting and dark scenes. We won't really go into spoilers for the people who haven't seen it yet, but yeah, there are some scenes that are kind of harsh. Like if I had kids, maybe 10 or 11 years old, maybe I'd be like, yeah, maybe don't watch that scene.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think if you're a children, like the opening scene can be genuinely scary, like for someone
yeah,
younger.
yeah, and the one where Go meets his father after he acquires
Yeah,
his power, the villain. I mean, this one's pretty hard too.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's insane.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, but still. minor negatives with the movie, which we'll go into later in the podcast. But overall, my appreciation of the movie is very
Yeah, me too.
high. From the humor, the performances, and the direction, I think those are all three like of the main positives of this film. I
Yeah.
don't know for you, but
Yeah, exactly. And I think coming from DC, I think it's my favorite actually. And the reason is when I watch like a superhero movie or that type of movie, I want to see my protagonist, my hero, do something heroic. And that's something we haven't seen in a while in a DC movie. I mean, if you look at Batman v Superman, it's like they're fighting, they're destroying everything. And this movie is just, he has to learn that, his powers can be used for greater good and that, family comes in different places. And I think it's just like a return to form for heroic type. And I don't know. To me, it works, and it's very. I love exactly the performances, like you said. Like the child actors are all good, and I think Zachary Levi is just awesome.
yeah, oh yeah, the big standout for me is Zachary Levi. I mean, he can get that childish charm to his character, even though he's an adult, and he still plays very well being a child. And like his excitement when he first get the powers, it's genuine. You see it. It's like it's really like a child in a man's body,
Yeah,
and he really sold that well. And if he hadn't, the movie would not have worked at all. Just
yeah,
it would have been a flop if his performance wasn't on point.
no,
So props to him. And my other big standout was Jack Dylan Grazer.
yeah, it's good.
So yeah, I think he was awesome. He was playing the sidekick, with the disability. Some people might
Hmm.
refer to him as Jimmy in South Park, but
Oh, that's true.
yeah, he was really funny in the movie. His comedic timing was on point, and he was great in Hit too. You've
Yeah,
seen
I
Hit?
really like them.
Yeah, I seen it too, and yeah, it. Goddamn name. Anyways,
They're
that
gazebos.
yeah, but yeah, he was great in it, and he's great in Shazam too. I
Yeah,
mean, I think he's gonna be a good actor in future years, especially for those kind of role where like his character just breaks the tension with his comedic timing. So that was great. And Mark
yeah,
Strong, I thought was maybe the weakest link, but his character that pulls me into the negatives a little bit. I didn't like pretty much everything they did with the villain in this movie, but then again, it's always that way in with the superhero movies. I mean, pretty much even all Marvel movies has that same problem with me. It's that I don't really buy into the motivations of the villain. I don't know
yeah.
for
No,
you,
I understand. I do.
because
I think they didn't do him dirty in that movie. I think, like his motivation are thin, but it's still better than most of other superheroes movie I've seen.
yeah, it's. I think it's too much with the villain. Like the
Yeah,
introduction, I didn't really buy it because yeah, you see his father's a dick to him, his brother too. But I mean, they were maybe too much of a dick to him because
yeah, I get it.
who's like that with their child and their brother? Maybe brother, all right, I could bought it, but the father just hating on his child like that, I had a really hard time believing that.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
yeah, that's where it lost me, just like right in the beginning with his motivations, and then I was a little bit heavy about his character from then on. But yeah, Mark Strong, I still like him as an actor. I've seen it in a bunch of movies, and I always liked him. But there, maybe it's just there was not much to do
Yeah,
from a performance standpoint in his character, so I can't hold him to that.
no, I understand. I completely do.
Also, I really like the direction of the film. David S. Sandberg, I think he shines in this movie.
Yeah,
His direction is almost flawless. The shots that he created in the fight scenes and the way he used comedy to relieve tension, even in the fight scenes, and even when it's dark and it's supposed to be dangerous and all that. He really balanced the tone well in the movie between tension and comedy.
yeah, it's true. And I really like the humor. Actually, I think it always worked. There's like sometimes you watch a movie like this and there's three jokes out of five that you're not laughing. But I think all of
Yeah,
these ones they really punctuate the movie in a great way, and it's not too much. It's not a comedy. You're always laughing, but when there's humor, it's pretty great. I love the
Yeah.
scene with the security guard at the school when they're trying to skip school.
Oh yeah, Detective Moron.
Yeah, it's just this one is actually so great. I really love it, and I love also how they show us that he discovers his power, and it's just like this YouTube montage, and I think it's really used well, and
Yeah.
it's it it makes the movie go a lot faster because it's quite fast, and then you have the meat with the story, so you don't lose a bunch of time like in, I don't know, Spider-Man 1 or whatever, which
Yeah,
is
well, let's
absolutely
not go
amazing.
into the Spider-Man movies. Yeah,
Uh,
Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, and let's
No, no,
not
no,
talk about Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was incredibly awful.
no. But I mean, you don't have like this huge period of time where he develops his power. In this one, he's just being a dick also in the beginning because he's a child. He
Yeah,
doesn't know what to do with all of this, so he's just doing what a child would do, trying to use his power to get some money,
yeah,
and using it for his own agenda.
and he's already kind of a dick as a kid too in the beginning of a movie, so it's just
Yeah,
natural that. But you can see he has a good art. Like he wants to find his mom, and he's doing all this, well, quote unquote bad stuff. It's not really that bad, but he just
no,
want to
yeah,
find his mom, and he's just like over his situation as a foster child. So he acts out because of it, but you can still see that in his heart he has a good art. So that
yeah,
really worked well in the movie too.
yeah, exactly. And he decide to do the right thing and accept his family and whatever. So I think it just has like really like kind of good values. It just makes you feel wholesome by the ending.
Yeah, yeah, it did. Uh, but the ending, that's another of my negative. I think it drags on a bit too much. The
Yeah,
fight
a
scene.
little bit during the third act.
Yeah, yeah. The whole fight scene, and then with the demons. I think it's too long. They should have cut on that because by the end of the fight, I was just bored. I was watching the movie. And yeah, that's a really long fight scene, and it started losing my attention.
Yeah, I get it.
But then they go back to school, and there's the reveal with Superman slash not Superman, because obviously they couldn't get Henry Cavill because they just cut the head off.
Yeah, or
They just
maybe he had a mustache.
yeah, maybe it had the mustache and it had the budget to remove it, but that's a reach. But yeah, no, I like that. That kid, he's really happy at the end seeing Superman, and it just ends on a good note too.
Yeah,
So it ends on the opposite way the movie starts. I think it's great to see because the movie starts with the villain, and it's dark and it's not a good story, right? And the kid is really bullied by his own family, and then you
mm.
see a lone child, his foster kid wants to find his mom, but then he finds who he is, he becomes a hero, and at the end it's just positive. So there's kind of an arc in that too that I
Yeah,
like.
and he finds his family actually. the
Yeah,
The movie is a lot about family actually,
yeah,
and I
it
really
is.
like that because I think it doesn't hit you over the head with it, but it just like sneaks it into in a good way, and I think it's really done like in the right way, properly.
Yeah, and it's not overdone either. So
Yeah,
yeah, I really like
exactly.
the movie. I think the second one is gonna be Black Adam, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah,
So it's gonna be The Rock, the centerpiece of the movie, and they kind of introduced him in this movie too. When the what's it called, the wizard,
yeah,
he gives the Shazam power to the kid. He explains it like we gave the powers to the wrong guy and he just destroyed everything. So I'm thinking that's Black Adam. I don't really know a lot about
yeah,
comic books and
probably.
everything, but it's probably him because you can see you can go check out the trailer for Black Adam on YouTube. It's up right now, and
I haven't seen it.
it's pretty
I
much
wasn't
it.
aware.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. So I think it's fascinating too, Black Adam as a concept because he's a villain, but the movie's centered around him because it's The Rock. So you're not
Yeah,
gonna make a movie around Zachary Levi when you have The Rock, right? So
I choose like a Levi, but that's just my own bias.
yeah, but I mean, it's The Rock. Who doesn't like The Rock? I've
I
never
like the
met
Rock.
anyone who said, "Hey, The Rock, I hate that guy." Nobody hates The Rock.
No, no,
Everybody loves him. I mean, he's just like a big ball of charisma.
yeah, it's true.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with this movie. And usually, I'm not that excited for superhero movies. And
It,
it's not really my jam. But
is it also directed by David F. Sandberg?
I don't know. Let me Google that real quick. I hope it is.
I think it is.
No, Joan
No.
Colette Serra. I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
And I'm not even sure that Zachary Levi is going to be in the movie. I'm looking at the cast right now. So maybe it's a origin story.
Yeah,
But
probably.
just on the website, on IMDb, it just says plot unknown, a spin off from Shazam centering on the film's anti-hero Black Adam. So maybe he's just gonna show on Earth at the end or something like that. So we've been talking
Yeah.
out of our ass for
And
the last 5 minutes, but
yeah. All right.
uh, I think maybe yeah, David Estenberg is directing the sequel to Shazam.
Yeah.
It's scheduled for 2023. It's called Fury of the Gods.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and the kind of trailer, the cut away from the trailer they used to make a poster with it, it's just it's Shazam instead of Batman and Batman v Superman when Superman has his hand on his chest.
Yeah.
So yeah, then it's gonna be the same tone again. So I'm guessing it's gonna be fun and great again.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it actually.
Yeah, no, me too. It's sad because of COVID. Everything got
Delayed.
delayed, but yeah, we're gonna get to see it eventually. Just bite and wait for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as not much of a movie fan guy, I think on a scale of 10, I'm giving it an 8. I
Yeah, me
think it's
too.
really good, really solid, really funny, and fun for the whole family. Maybe if you had like young children, you can guess where the movie is going if you've never seen it before, and maybe hide the eyes of the children for the more scary scene, and maybe just drop the sound a little bit because the sound design is kind of scary too, honestly. So just the
Yeah.
eyes is not gonna do much. So
Yeah, maybe
maybe
not young children, but
yeah,
if you have like a tween or like
yeah,
a really
12 or 13 years old. I think
yeah,
it's the
exactly.
appropriate age. Below that, maybe it's gonna be scary a little bit.
Yeah, I completely agree. But
So
yeah, I
yeah,
was looking at my Letterbox review, and this is one of the first movies I ever rated on Letterbox,
all
and
right.
I gave it 4 stars. And I watched it again, and I was like, yeah, that's still a 4 stars. I'm
Yeah,
really
it
having
is. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's not like other movies when you watch it for the first time and it's fun, and then you watch it for the second time and it's meh. Like it did that to me with Deadpool. The first
yeah,
Deadpool movie, I watched it and was like, yeah, it's really good, man. I wasn't expecting that. It was really funny, and then I watched it again, and like, yeah, maybe it's a bit of juvenile. I didn't find it that
yeah, but
funny the second time.
I think the humor doesn't hit you like the first time, because the first time you just you're got like hit by this wall of jokes, constant humor. But the second time you know where the story is going and you know the joke, so it doesn't
Yeah,
hit that much. But I think Shazam has a great rewatchability, because we were talking about the tone and how it's fun and playful, and I think it really pays off in that way, that it has a way more rewatchability aspect comparing it to like other movies of that type.
yeah, no, I totally agree with you. So yeah, Shazam, we recommend it highly if
Yeah,
you like that kind of movie and we just want a fun night with the family. Shazam is perfect movie for that.
yeah, and it
Um,
takes time during the holidays, so it's kind of a Christmas
yeah,
theme.
it's kind of a Christmas movie. Like the end, they're at a carnival and there's Christmas lights and decorations everywhere. So
Yeah, and there's Santa. Like twice in the movie, there's a Santa.
yeah, and there's Christmas trees, and so yeah, it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, we're not gonna debate that like Die Hard is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not. Let's just not get into that. But
No,
yeah,
no.
no, Shazam, watch it if you haven't seen it. We think you're gonna love it. And for the next episode, it's my time. It's my time to
Yep.
recommend a movie, and I was juggling between a lot of movies, but actually I decided to go with the Eightful Eight, which is the Hate movie by Quentin Tarantino. As you will come to learn, I am not the greatest Tarantino fan. Not that I don't like his movies. I think he's a very talented director. His movies are very good. But I'm just not the targeted audience for that. But I've seen it already, Hateful Eight, and I liked it the first time. So I can't wait to revisit it. And I know you haven't seen it, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it, and I'm more of a bigger fan of Quentin Tarantino than you are, so I can't wait to see it actually.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have to get in the mood for a Tarantino movie, but I'm not someone who likes gratuitous violence and violence for laughs. It's not really my type, so yeah, sometimes I'm just not that much into his movies. But this one, it's a contained movie, and it's all taking place in a little cabin in the snow, and I really love the setting. Like contained movies are one of my favorite things.
Yeah, me too.
Uh, my first short film is gonna be out by the end of the month, so you'll see what I mean. It's pretty much a contained movie, my first short film, and I just finished writing my second, and the second one is, guess what, a contained movie again. So yeah, I inspire myself a lot of that. I don't know why. It's just the ideas that comes to me, but yeah, I love a good contained drama, a good contained movie, and Tarantino he makes a good one there.
Yeah, I can wait, and it's taking place like in snow and everything, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Oh yeah,
very
it's
winter
very
themed.
wintry.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna make a contained movie, with Tarantino at the helm and writing the movie, I think you're good because the dialogue is just a lot of the movie, right? So,
Yeah, and speaking of
and
contained movies in the snow, I was thinking about this the other day, and for the Halloween special, we recommended the Black Ghost Daughter.
yeah, I know where it's going with that. The thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And if you haven't seen it, I would actually recommend it also for this theme, like winter and contained, because it's taking place in snow and it's very contained and it's quite a good movie.
All right. So Black Coat's Daughter, if you haven't seen it, watch it. That was one of her recommendation for Halloween, like Karen just said.
Yeah, so if you
And
speak French, you can also actually listen to the episode.
yeah, we're not gonna re-record the episode. Sorry about that.
No.
But anyways, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that our crazy Canadian French accent didn't bother you too much. And we hope you're gonna be back again and maybe grow our audience a little bit. So
Yes,
thank you so much, everybody, for listening, and see you next week.
yes, thank you. Have a good one and Shazam!
Shazam! Shazam out!